Hey, what's going on, guys? You're here, I'm here. This is Medicom Mafex Spider-Man version 1.5. Let's get into it. So, being that this is version 1.5, he comes with a couple of new heads. He's got the instant kill eyes. You can see he's got the Peter Parker face repainted. Front of the box, we got a nice picture of Spider-Man with his web accessory. Spider-Man Homecoming logo, Medicom Mafex number 103. Bottom, you've got your warnings, your legalese, sticker saying it's not a knockoff. On the side, you got another picture of Spider-Man swinging, Mafex number 103, Spider-Man logo. Back, you got a picture of some poses, his mask accessory, a couple of heads. Other side, he's down in a nice 4-point stance. Top of the box, Spider-Man Homecoming, Marvel. Pretty basic. Let's open her up. So get her open here. As you can see, like the first version, there's cutouts to have the masks for the criminals. Slide them out. Stand's just sitting in there loose. Look at him, he's got a nice tray. All of his hands are separated. He's got the magnetic feet and hands on the side. There's the webbing, his mask accessory. He's got a stand for the webbing. Now, I'm glad that I waited out for this version. I actually didn't know it was out yet, because he's got updated heads, better accessories, overall just looks better. They brightened up the colors from the first one. So I'm glad that I waited. I got mine from Big Bad Toy Store. If you go to their website right now, he's no longer on pre-order. They started shipping them out. Got mine within a couple of days of ordering. So we've got the figure. Set him aside. We've got long web with a port for the stand, so that way you can have him holding it. We've got web for swinging, little notch for his hand. Got a slightly longer one for web swinging. We've got a long thwip web. You get 2 of those in the box. You also get 2 shorter thwip webs. The unmasked mask, that way he can hold it. Stand piece for the webbing. We'll just go ahead and dump it out there. A little bit stuck. We'll get those out in a minute. Starting off, here's the new Tom Holland head sculpt. Looks much better than the first one did. The skin tone's actually nicely painted this time. Looks really good. We'll go ahead and compare that to the other 2 head sculpts that I currently possess for Marvel Legends. We've got the first attempt Marvel Legends Spider-Man Homecoming Peter Parker head sculpt compared to the new one. And then we've got the unmasked Peter Parker head sculpt that came in the Iron Spider and Mark 50 Iron Man Infinity War 2-pack. Out of all 3, this one definitely looks the best. He comes with several sets of hands, so we'll get down to those. He's got a pair of relaxed hands for holding the mask. Comes with a pair of thwip hands, which every Spider-Man needs. He's got a pair of hands for web swinging. He's got his wall crawling hands. Comes with a set of fists. And on the figure, he's got more relaxed hands. And every set of these hands comes with the trigger for his web shooter, which is a nice detail. And just like the other versions, he comes with the magnetic wall crawling hands and the magnetic feet. Then we have his, if it'll focus, the instant kill eyes, which you only see these for a second in the movie until you get to Endgame. Looks pretty good though. We've got a head with some more squinted eyes, like he's focusing. And then the figure itself has the more open eyes, which is my personal favorite look. Getting into it, he stands at about, let's see. He stands at about 5.5 inches. Which is pretty good because this Spider-Man's only about 15. With articulation, he's got dumbbell joint up in his head and his neck. Can look back nice and far. Can look down just the same. Got a good amount of tilt on each side, which is pretty expressive, especially since he's a teenager. And we all know Tom Holland's Spider-Man is wondered by everything, so it's always good for expressive poses. His arms can go up past 90 with the assistance of the butterfly joint. They go down, spin 360. He's got a bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows that bend in nice and far. And his wrists can go up and down or in and out. His butterfly joint goes forward pretty far. Nice and good for your web swinging poses. Goes back a little less, still pretty good. His ab crunch, you can bend back that far. You're going to have a little bit of gap in here, but that is so paint doesn't rub on the higher end figure. Can bend forward nice and good. About 90 degrees. His legs have a drop down feature on each side. With them drop down, he can kick up this far. He can kick back that far. He can kick out. There is a thigh swivel. He's got double jointed knees. Kick all the way to his Spider-Man ass. His feet, up and down. He's got ankle pivot and a toe joint. For changing the heads, grip the neck, pulls off nice and easy. Just pop that one on there, not hard at all. Detail on the figure's pretty good. I've got a little bit of a bubble blemish on mine if you can see it, but that's not too bad, doesn't stick out. The color on this one is a lot brighter than the previous Mafex. Looks a lot more movie accurate in my opinion. You can see his webbing detail. It's not exactly like it was in the movie. In the movie it was more gray and just kind of patterned on top, but I think the sculpting in and the paint looks pretty good. In the blue you've got the nice texture of the suit with the lines inside for the tech detail and the darker blue. You've got his web canisters on his belt. Nice spider logo on each side. You've got his web shooters on his wrists, which those look pretty good, picked out in paint. For the Tom Holland head sculpt, he actually comes with another neck, so you'll pull from the neck. Plug that one on there. Looks pretty good. For the hands, they just pull right off. We'll do a shorter thwip web. How you do that? You just slot that on there over the peg. Take the thwipping hand. Make sure you line it up the right way. I just, whoop. Getting a little finicky. It's important to look at where the hole is so that way you don't break the joint. That just ports on there nice and easy. Get the web where you want it. Now you've got them thwipping. Pulls off for the web swinging hands. Same thing. Peg goes more up towards the thumb than just straight in, so be aware of that. Long web just slides right into his hand. Nice tight grip. And there you go. So let's get into some comparisons. Take that off. Get him standing up nice and straight. There we go. Let's bring that down a little bit. There we go. So here is Mafex Spider-Man next to the Marvel Legends counterpart, Spider-Man Homecoming figure. As you can see, this one pulls a much better silhouette. He's nice and thin, but still kind of muscular, like a teenager should be. We've got the Spider-Man Homecoming homemade suit from Marvel Legends. A little bit taller. We'll put him next to his ironclad mentor, Tony Stark, with the Mark 46 and the Mark 75. Iron Man's pretty tall next to him, but he is a man in a suit. Put him next to the Marvel Legends Iron Spider. Looks a little bit small, but it looks like a good fit. And since his first debut was in Captain America Civil War, we'll put him next to the Power and Glory Captain America and the man who started the Civil War with the Sokovia Accords, Crossbones. We'll put him next to the villain of his movie, the Vulture. That looks pretty good. Vulture's pretty intimidating next to him. And last but not least, we'll put him next to the Retro Collection Comic Spider-Man, which is a more adult Peter Parker, so he's more muscular. And that looks pretty good. Overall, for Marvel Legends collectors or high-end collectors, I think this figure looks pretty good. I do want to state that this channel is not for children under 13 years of age. I will see you guys next time. Peace.